That's nice.
You know what I mean?
That's lovely.
Like, yeah, get to go apple picking and take pictures and take cute pics and shit.
I'm halfway envious of that life because I don't get to enjoy it yet.
Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah, it's cool though. But yeah, that's about it. Like podcasting, I love doing this shit. This is fun. I love having just different people sit in that seat that you're sitting there right now, and just talking to them,
Cool.
just picking their mind.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? It's picking up different knowledge.
I think it was a bold move, and once you was doing it, and I helped you do the little setup, I was excited.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, it's a hobby coming alive, and I didn't think it was gonna. I didn't think it would grow. You would grow and sit in this and have it resonate like you did, and I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
I love you, and now I'm here.
yeah, man, we on here.
Now I'm in the seat.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like started off, I came up with the idea of just listening to podcasts. Like, and I'm pretty sure people heard the story already, but like, I listened to a weekly podcast, Bryce and Ricky Sanchez. It's a Sixers podcast. So I listened to them, and then I started listening to Joe Rogan, and then people we went to school with started there. Like Matt Johnson he got his 2-point conversation I started listening to, and then Layson, CJ, Josh, Marv, and then Was X before he moved.
Okay.
The Trap Nerd podcast. So I was just listening to them joints. I'm like, man, I was like talking like, yo, I want to talk about something and put it on air and like have, I was like, I'm going to start a sports joint.
And
And originally I was going to be a basketball joint. And then I kind of just like, you know what? I want to do all sports.
Yeah. Because you're a sports fanatic and you're a sports guru.
Because originally I was going to the name of that podcast is going to be Deep from 3. And it's going to be like 3 of us, Deep from 3 podcasts. And I remember you did the design for that.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that working together. You just asked me. I was like, hey, let me do this right now. Stop what I'm doing.
I appreciate that, too. You literally got that shit done like a half an hour. I was like, oh, shit. I didn't expect it like that quick. You did that joint, and then I was like, yo, Don, I'll come out with a new joint, man. The name of it is Sports Enthusiasm. Just go. Do something. Just come up with something. And perfect design. Like, to this day, I never altered it, never changed it. It's perfect design.
That's cool.
Came up with and appreciate that. Yeah, did that one, and then after doing the sports one, I was like, you know what? I like talking about sports, but there's other shit I want to talk about too. And that's why I started this one, Bryce Benjamin podcast.
The Bryce Benjamin podcast.
Yeah,
Welcome to the show.
All right, this show been fun, man. Having different guests on, and it's been a good ride so far. I've been enjoying it. Good. I'm gonna hopefully it keeps going. Hopefully the audience that whoever's listening to this, hopefully they enjoy it. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like some family members and friends of yours that's listening to it right now, and hopefully get to pick up something that they may know nothing about you or something. So
okay,
cool. That's what I like about these joints.
Open the bushes.
Yeah, and I like to be open about it too.
Okay.
That's why I knew he's gonna be perfect.
Oh, okay.
I know you just bring that. You one of those few people. You're probably the main person I would say that I can talk to and instantly be in a better mood.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what I mean?
That's too much of a compliment. Thank you.
Like seriously, like you just bring that type of energy that people crave for.
I could say the same thing about you, and that's when growing up with you, you're just more of my brother's friend, and you lived across the street from him, and I just knew you. But as I was getting older, and we was like in school together, we was in high school together, and that was cool, and that was kind of high school friends. And then after high school, it was this thing about you that I needed to try to get around you because I felt your energy.
Yeah.
And I can't explain it today. And I kind of like, if you remember, I was trying to force myself around you. And yeah, now we grew our relationship to what it is today.
That shit is crazy. It's crazy how friendships are established and then are maintained. Like, you really think about it. Like, how do you become friends with somebody?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, hey, this person's cool. I like that guy. Or I like that girl. I want to be around that person. I want to go do stuff with that person. Like, that's legit what it is. I like talking about things with that person or these people. That's exactly how it is. How many of us have them friends? Ones you can depend on. That shit is real.
That's cool.
That shit is real.
It's nice being your friend.
Seriously, same here, man. Likewise, it really is. Dude, you was a fucking truck driver for a while.
Yeah.
Talk about that life. What's the life of a truck driver like?
It's pretty shitty if you don't if you don't settle into it well. It was, of course, a learning experience for me. It was rough. I got mad horror stories, a lot of anxiety. I almost died a lot on the road. I almost killed people on the road.
I wouldn't be doing my job in this podcast if I didn't ask you to tell me at least one of these horror stories.
Well, I felt bad for the lady in the black Jeep in Pennsylvania that almost pushed off the road.
Shit.
She got out the way, and if she didn't, she would probably been dead because it was raining. It was kind of an incline on the highway, and Pennsylvania got the slipperiest highways in the country.
Pennsylvania is fucking massive too, and it's nothing but hills and man. But go ahead, sorry.
And my tires wasn't that great, and kind of fishtail, so my front bobtail was swinging to the left, and the trailer is a 53-foot trailer, and this lady noticed it and is going in her lane, so she get out the way, and it's raining, and I realized that I'm losing control of the truck, and I catch it, and my heart is racing at that point. So I just pulled over, called my he called driver leader, pretty much my boss. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere unless I get new tires. That this is it. And then I got new tires, but woo,
damn, that's some scary shit. So I get scared, like nervous, like losing control of a car.
Yeah,
I can imagine losing fucking control of a semi truck. What the hell? How do you like maintain your poise enough to get that shit under control?
And there's like, be accidents all the time in trucks, and it was that same day. I got to like the terminal where they like fix the trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
And a guy came there because he got in an accident in his truck. So it wasn't just me. It was like really Pennsylvania got these wet highways that's dangerous for trucks. And I guess they flipped the truck somehow.
Jesus.
So
Christ.
Yeah. Wow. The trucks be flipping all the time. It's dangerous. Many exits. I almost didn't stop in time because the exit will open, and then all of a sudden the curve is right there, and it's like no time to really slow down.
Damn.
And I'd be like, literally, I just come to terms with it. I was like, okay, here we go. This is it.
Yo, for real.
The truck is like 80,000 pounds. 80,000 pounds, and it's wet, and you may be going like 50, and like you can't smash on the brakes. Because that's going to definitely be over. It's over if you do that. So it's scary truck driving. And once you're doing like local, it's kind of smooth. But when you're over the road, you just got to figure out everything on the go. And that's a challenge that I appreciate it, but it's kind of frustrating. You get somewhere, you have no idea where to go. You have no idea what to do, where to check in, who to talk to. You're in random state, random city. Slaughterhouse, stuck in the mud. A random flooded parking lot trying to find a trailer, getting your Columbia boots soaked, your $130 Columbia boots soaked because you're walking through almost knee-high water in the middle of Indianapolis at night when it's raining. And I'm like, and I can't be a baby about it.
Yeah.
Like, we grown men. Like, just do the job. Just do the job.
Gotta handle that shit. Damn, man, that's tough.
The country is beautiful. I've been to 48 states. I haven't been to Alaska or Hawaii. I barely made it into Maine. But, man.
So, yeah, you've seen the whole countryside. What is, what would be like an average trip for you, typically? Because, what was your station was in New York?
Yeah, I was out of Syracuse, but I was over the road, so they pretty much got like, well, yeah, I was out of Syracuse, so.
So, would you go and pick up a shipment in Syracuse and then just take it to where they want you to take it, or how does it explain to me how it works?
Okay, so it's pretty much like dots on a map.
Okay,
and that's what the terminals is, and that's where they hire you, and that's where they send people out. That's just where they do the main work, and that's where they have the trucks and stuff, and that's where they fix the trucks. And then they got drop yards where they just got the company trailers and stuff where they do small work. So you can have places to stop all over the country. And Yeah, so I wouldn't be out at Syracuse. I would be, if I went home, mainly out of Buffalo, because that's my home spot, because I'm Niagara Falls. So I would pick up from this Kellogg in Buffalo. That was my main thing. So I'll go pick up cereal from the Buffalo, usually drive it down to Atlanta or somewhere south, and that would be the start. And I'll go from Atlanta maybe to a random place. They would just send me a job. You want this job? You want to go to Nebraska? I'm like, okay, I'll take that, whatever, 7 miles. And I'll be driving to Nebraska by myself. Little old me, 153 pounds in this big 80,000 pound truck. And I just do the job. And it's fun. And it's really fun. Just waking up, driving, and then going to sleep, driving 600 miles, 10 hours.
So like you drive about 10 hours a day?
Mm-hmm.
Every day?
Yeah.
Shit. I get frustrated driving like a 10-hour road trip. I got a road trip coming up Friday. Like I don't mind driving, but it's like, fuck. I don't know. I do like road trips. Mm-hmm. I do like seeing, like you get to see the countryside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that is the beauty of it. But with me, it would be like driving a fucking semi truck. Like you said, you got a big ass 80,000 pound truck, and the slightest mistake could be anything.
Yeah, and like you get sleepy sometimes. It's still real life. I get sleepy. Yeah. If you're not off, you got to make a decision like, should I stop? Yeah. But I'm a good driver. I drove across country with Aaron Brady in the Charger the first time we ever did like a long drive. We didn't stop. We drove to 40 hours straight from Niagara Falls to San Diego, and we was burnt out. We was switching every 10 minutes because we was that sleepy.
Yeah.
And that was so terrible. It was like torture.
Yeah.
And then Gilbert Melendez was out there, and he had to drive a Penske truck back to Niagara Falls. And hey, I'm going back home. So I drove there and drove right back. So that was what?
80 hours of driving.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally 4 days of straight driving. And
that Penske truck was a little bit less comfortable than that Charger.
Yeah, I bet.
After that, I was like, maybe I could drive trucks.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I think I could do that. Yeah, I feel you on that one.
So that was that.
What's Montana like?
Oh,
I don't know why I want to go to Montana, but that's one of those states that's like I want to go like bad. Not necessarily bad, but I really want to go.
It's hard to tell.
I don't know why.
It's hard to tell the difference between like Montana and Idaho.
And Nebraska.
Nebraska is like in the middle of the country, like above Kansas. Idaho and Montana's up there in the corner near Washington.
Near Washington.
So it's a little bit different. It's more mountains, and it's forest fires up there. As soon as I got to Idaho, it was a forest fire.
Really?
You crossed the border, and it was like burning trees. I was like, okay. But it's super nice up there. The scenery, the whole country is nice. Montana.
Have you stopped? Have you stopped in like each state? Like I know you drove like through it, but have you like stopped at each state? Maybe like got something to eat there, like talk to some people there.
Probably half of the states.
Okay,
not all of them, but I drove like Delaware is like mad small. Rhode Island is mad small. It's hard to stop there and get some food.
Yeah,
but yeah, Delaware is a small state, and the streets is small too. You'd be surprised.
Actually, I'm not surprised. Like you look at a map, you can barely see them.
The streets are super confined. I was like, this is not a place for a truck.
Yeah.
You miss Tuxedo Junction?
I still dabble every now and then in there.
You work there?
Like over the summer, I worked like a couple of days there just to help out.
They let you do that?
Yeah,
that's dope.
That's like my family there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Nancy. That was like my work mom. Shout out to Paula. That was my PIC partner in crime. But shout out to Dree, shout out to Nick. But yeah, man, I still keep in contact with him. Like I still like stop by, go say hi to Nancy.
I used to love going in there visiting you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tuxedo Junction was cool. Being able to dress up in a suit,
stay clean.
Yeah, stay clean.
That was the image. I think that's the image that a lot of people have of you.
Yeah, it is. It is. Like people see me, yo, you worked at Tuxedo Junction, right? Yeah, you wore that suit. I hear that all the time. But yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was me.
You don't miss that?
I do. I got the aspect of it, like the people I worked with, and then the job itself was cool as well. I met a lot of cool people. Like I met fucking the weatherman. What's his name?
El Rooker?
No, not Roker. For Buffalo, I can't think of his name right now. I met him. I met Thurman Thomas.
Oh, nice.